88 degrees today. That's your weather brought to you by Applewhite Movers.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las otras personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una cubierta de tela para la cara para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas, sábanas, etc. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para obtener más información, visite cdc.gov/Spanish.
Praise 90.1 FM, WJOU. It's 8:32 now, and we are live and so excited. Thank you for joining us for Morning Joy's Breakfast Chat. We have with us, and delighted to have and welcome with us, Dr. Jarrod Patterson, who is the president of the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association. And he's here to talk to us about this academy. I don't know if you know anything about the Oakwood Adventist Academy. This is the latest name, but it's had many names over the years. But did you know that Oakwood Adventist Academy, or OAA, is the oldest and largest Black Seventh-day Adventist school, and one of the largest continuously operating Black private schools in both Alabama, the state of Alabama, and the United States? Did y'all know that? So this is powerful. We're excited about this academy. We have pride in having it around for so long. And let me just ask you, Jarrod, how did it start? I'll just let you share with it how it started. I know it's back in 1896. Welcome, first of all. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I said, Mama, I made it.
Yes, you made it. You made it, man. I'm telling you. And you graduate of Oakwood Adventist Academy. What year now?
1992.
92. Wow. Oh, my gosh.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
May not look like it, but.
No, y'all, he looked like he in the ninth grade. I'm telling you, I ain't lying. Y'all come on Facebook, y'all gonna see him, and you gonna see what I mean. He looks like he's like in the ninth grade. But yeah, 92, you graduated from Oakwood Adventist Academy. Did you? Well, it wasn't Adventist Academy then. It was.
When I was there, it was called Oakwood. It was just Oakwood Academy.
Right, right. Oakwood Academy. So it hadn't grown to Oakwood Adventist Academy yet.
I think they had just changed the name from Oakwood College Academy.
Right, exactly. That's what it was.
It became Oakwood Academy, and then some years later, all of a sudden, I was like, "What is it? OAA?"
Right.
And it was OAA. I was like, "Okay, Oakwood Adventist Academy makes sense. Makes sense."
And you've been president now for how many years?
This is my 7th year.
Wow, the year of perfection.
Yeah, it's the year of perfection, all right.
The year of perfection. Well, listen, I do want to share with, because I'm sure some of our listeners really don't know about Oakwood Adventist Academy. Probably just heard for the first time right now how long it's been around, and that it is the oldest continuously running Black private school in the state of Alabama and the United States, because I really didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes Oakwood Adventist Academy story so unique beyond that?
I think what makes the Oakwood Adventist Academy story so unique is that it started out a very small school in a rural area, and it was inspired by God. God inspired the founders to come down to Alabama and to this specific spot, and they were led to this land, and they bought the former slave plantation, and then this former slave plantation has grown and has educated so many people for decades, for over a century, that have gone on to do so many great things in the world.
Can you name some of those alumni that have gone on and done some great things.
I mean, we have. I'm just a lot going on in my head right now. I mean, we have.
But we can say Take Six.
Of course,
some of the members
of Take Six, Grammy Award-winning artists. We have Jeremy Anderson comes to mind. He's like one of the top
Jeremy Anderson, right.
motivational speakers.
Most people know that name
in the country,
exactly,
in the world. We have very well-known speakers like Dr. Wesley Dyke, who graduated from the Academy. We have I can't remember the young lady's name. She's an entrepreneur, and she has a hair product store here in town.
Kayla?
Yes.
Kayla,
yeah. Kayla Joseph.
Yeah, Kayla Joseph.
Yes. So we have, there's a long legacy. And then we have even Dr. Oliver Davis, who's a politician.
Exactly.
Up in Indiana.
Yeah.
So, and there's so many more. Yes.
A lot of people have come that are now we have countless professionals and leaders that are serving in the world and around the world who graduated from Oakwood Adventist Academy. And so you're proud of that. And we're celebrating now. It seems like this year's celebration, it just went to another level.
Oh, yeah. You said a year of perfection.
Yeah.
Year of completion.
Yes.
I said, this is my last year. And I said, we're going to go out. Didn't know how it was going to happen. A team of alums came in and volunteered, and every year we've tried to take it up higher, a little higher, and then they've just taken it. And I'm just like, yeah, let's do this.
So let's talk about the weekend. What is happening this weekend as we celebrate 100? And I say we because I didn't graduate from the academy. You know, I've told my story on the radio many times. I went to public school for high school, but I was at Annanite and attended Annanite and the Annex at the time. I don't know if the Annex was around when you were there, but yeah.
It was the middle school.
Yeah, that was the middle school, and then I went to public school. But tell me, what are we going to be doing this weekend?
Well, traditionally, Alumni Weekend was mainly the alumni divine worship, and honors luncheon, and maybe a basketball game and a constituency meeting. So when I took over, I wanted to do something a little different. So we added a Vesper service. And then last year I got this idea, well, let's include, because we want to be inclusive of Oakwood Adventist Academy, the students. Right. So I talked to our principal, Mrs. Judy Dent, and we started an alumni chapel. So last year was the first year, and we had an alum come in and make a presentation to the full body K-12 interactive presentation, and they so enjoyed it. And we added something else called Alumni Motivational Task Force, where we had alums come in and kind of talk to the high school students about careers and their experiences. And so this year we have our alumni chapel. With Dr. Brian Keith Anderson as the speaker, right? It's going on right now. Immediately following, there is an alumni motivational task force / career fair, where we've had, and I mean, they really pulled out all the stops, and they have people coming in. They grabbed alums who were in different fields, and they're going to be talking about what to do after high school, financial aid, scholarships, how to tie ties, interviews, careers, all these kind of things. Then later on this evening, we have our alumni meet and greet in the cafeteria from 6 to 8 o'clock, where people can come and just meet each other, take pictures, have a little refreshments, pick up their armbands for the luncheon, and take some pictures. And then following that, they want to do something old school, so they're going to the Mosley Complex, and we're doing an old-fashioned Vesper service, which I heard that you're hosting.
I am the MC.
Okay.
The MC,
I did put your picture on the.
Yes, I'm on there.
I hope that wasn't premature. I said maybe she didn't.
No, I've been talking about it. I've been saying I'm excited about it because it takes me back to our old Vespers services that we would have. You know, that was the thing I remember about our worship at Oakwood Adventist Academy is that we took worship serious. I don't care what we did or how we shucked and jived or whatever. When we came to worship,
Right.
we were focused. We were singing. That's how we came up with all them little arrangements and stuff for the different songs and stuff. So Vespers has always been very, very dear to my heart. And I'm sure most of the graduates of and alumni and friends of Oakwood Adventist Academy. Yeah, so I will be there tonight, and that's at 8
o'clock.
p.m. At the Mosley Complex Auditorium. That's the last event for today.
Correct.
Okay, and so that's a new type of rundown of events for Alumni Weekend. Now, was this the last time you didn't have this many activities on the first day, right?
We had a couple of the activities, but we didn't have all that. We've just been running through this. We're gonna have a pretty packed weekend.
That's nice. So let's talk about what's happening on tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow will be the Alumni Divine Worship Service at the Oakwood University Church, where our K-8 choir will be providing the music. And we will be doing something special there.
Okay.
We're going to be honoring all of the principals of Oakwood Adventist Academy from 1896 all the way to the present.
Ooh,
Well, video presentation.
Posthumously,
Yes.
I'm sure for some.
Yes. I'll be if somebody starts using that AI to start creating. I'm gonna run up out of there.
Well, they do that now.
Yeah. So, and we're going to bring all of it. Started out honoring all of the living principals. So we were going to bring out as many of the living principals that
And
have
how
come.
many are still?
There are about 12,
Okay.
and I think we have about 9 or 10 that are going to be in the house tomorrow.
Nice.
So that's going to be a special moment.
That is.
Then following that, we used to we honor our honorees at the Divine Worship Service, but after COVID, everything became so in terms of you know how it is, time, time management,
exactly,
worship management, and so we moved it to the luncheon. So we have our honorees are honored there, and that'll be at the Oakwood Academy Multi-Educational Complex right after church from 2 to 4:30. And then following that, senior.
So let me make sure the main service though will be at Oakwood University Church. I just want to clarify that because I saw something different. I was like, wait, I'm confused. I thought it was going to be on the Academy campus.
Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
That hopefully they'll be able to do that in the future.
Yeah, in the future, right?
We want to make sure everything internet signal like
True.
So
everything, the Sabbath service is going to be at Oakwood University Church.
Yes.
All right, and then the luncheon after, and tell me about that.
The luncheon will be at the actual academy in the MEC, and that's where we will have a luncheon and our honors program where we'll be honoring some individuals, some alums. And then this evening, there are 2 events. The senior class, and we want to incorporate, like I said, we want to incorporate. There's a basketball tournament in the gym. When the MEC will be transformed back into the gym. And then there's also a sneaker ball.
Okay.
All right. The sneaker ball is going to be at the Office of Regional Conference Ministries.
Okay.
And that's sponsored by the class of 85.
1985.
And tickets they started out slow, but tickets are.
They're sold out?
They're not sold out yet, but
got a few more.
it's a slow drip that's picked up.
Okay.
So we want to encourage you to get your tickets to the sneaker ball.
And this class is also trying to raise, like, I heard $100,000.
I've heard that. I heard that too, yeah.
And so I think this is part of them generating some of their revenue toward that goal. And I believe Sabrina Cotton is part of that class.
I think Darren
Florence is part of that class as well. And Darren's also going to be part of the Vespers on tonight, by the way. And so, so the sneaker ball is going to be Saturday at 8 p.m. All right. And what else we want to say about that one? They want you to wear white.
They said
with the sneakers. What's up with these sneakers? Didn't they say something about Jordan? You got to wear Jordan sneakers? Air Jordan sneakers?
I think they're making suggestions. Some of us ain't got that Jordan money.
Now, I guess if you are part of the 1985 class anywhere, you probably do have an old pair.
Yeah, of the originals.
Of the originals. But I don't know if they'll be worthy of the ball. in 2025.
Right.
But yeah, so that's happening tomorrow night. That's the last event for Saturday. And then tell us about the constituency. It's interesting that this is included as part of the activity. This is
Yes.
the meeting, actually.
This is the meeting. So we have a like a breakfast for alums. All right, and then we partner that with our annual constituency meetings where we kind of talk about the business of Oakwood Adventist, or the Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association. So basically on Sunday we come together, have a little breakfast. We kind of talk about what we've done over the last year and what we're looking to do in the future.
Okay. And tell us a little bit more about that as we look ahead, because you already mentioned that you're going to be stepping down. You will not be president anymore after this weekend. So what does the future look like, and the vision for the future of the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association?
I think the vision is going to include greater engagement from the alumni. When I took over, I didn't really know what I was getting into until I was knee deep in it.
Right.
And I saw there were differences in the generations and how they get information. I'm a Facebook guy, so I'm throwing everything on Facebook, and then some baby boomers are coming to me like, we didn't know, we're not on Facebook.
Right.
And then there's this new generation that's coming out, these younger.
I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, right?
Yeah, and you try. I'm 51.
Right,
I'll put it out there.
Wow,
And
Jarrod, you do not look nothing close to 51. Even with the little pepper, salt and pepper, he still does not look 51.
Yeah.
No way.
And I call myself, being hip to the game, but it gets tiring when you're trying to be on all these social media platforms. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stick to what I know. But there's a new generation that we need to connect with also, that they have their own ideas, their own priorities, and they may not look at the school and its history and its legacy the same way we looked at it. One of the joys of being alumni president was that I was able to talk to some of the individuals that graduated in the 40s, 50s, and it was a different time. They tell me, C.D. Bradford, talking to him and his experiences. And when Oakwood Adventist Academy was a boarding school, there was a little bit more close-knitness
right,
with the students.
Exactly.
And then when it became a day academy, it's those of us that went to it as a day, attended when it was a day academy, we look at it a little differently than those. Those are the ones that came and lived in Cunningham or the bottom of Peterson Hall,
and they went to class with the college students. They were in the same classrooms.
Hall. They have a different love for Oakwood Adventist Academy, and what my hope is that the younger generations will step up, because we can't do it forever.
Right.
And, have that same love and want to help move that mission forward of Oakwood Adventist Academy.
So who do you hope to see attend as far as alumni? Who do you want? I mean, because Annanite Elementary School, are they included? The annex, or is it you just trying to focus on the high school?
I would say that we want anybody. Technically the word alumni is anybody that you could attend for one day. You're an alumnus. So anybody that is affiliated with Oakwood Adventist Academy in any way, whether it's K-6, 8, middle school, high school. We want everybody, family, friends, supporters. It's a village.
Even if you didn't attend, you can support us during
believe
this
in Christian
weekend.
education.
Exactly.
It's a village. Yes.
So where do they go to support? Because I know, even though maybe they don't want to register, but they can support this institution. So where would we direct them?
You would go to our website, www.oaaalumni.org, and there is a button right there on the home screen that says Give, and you click on that. And we really would like to encourage everyone, alums, family, friends, supporters, to be a part of our 129 Plus Legacy Campaign. Oakwood Adventist Academy has been around for 129 years, and so we started a legacy campaign to raise money to help, not only help run the Alumni Association, but help Oakwood Adventist Academy.
Right.
And Oakwood Adventist Academy has some needs, and then we want to be at the forefront of helping them. They need some more Chromebooks. They're running out of desks. And so if you give to this 129 plus legacy campaign, those funds are going to be going towards those particular items.
Wow. And I hear that enrollment was pretty good this
Oh,
year.
enrollment is great.
Really?
Contrary to what the streets be saying.
Right. So what is the truth? Give us the truth.
Our capacity right now is 315.
Ooh, wow.
And I think we are either at 315 or we're at 314.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we've had to close classes down, and there's a waiting list.
Right. Always a waiting list.
So the dream and the goal is to even push further. Of course, there are things like personnel and physical plan. We need, more space and those kind of things. But I think the Lord's going to bless us. I would like to see our school at 400.
Right.
And one of the things that we're doing right now is we are developing a distance learning program for some of our schools in the conference that don't have a high school.
Wow.
So those are in the plans. That's not just plans; those are in the works as we speak.
Wow! So that's part of the future on
Yes.
the way for OAA.
And some people might want to see go back to be a Born-It Academy.
I have heard that. Yeah,
Maybe not large, but these are all dreams.
I've heard the rumors about some people, not rumors that it was going to become,
Right.
but people would like to see it become a boarding school again. Actually, when I was in school, I wished it was a boarding school. I don't, because a lot of people, if you're listening, you don't know the Adventist Church. We have another boarding school called Pine Forge Academy, and a lot of us go there too. And it was like, well, now why do we can stay here if you just made this a boarding school? I remember that as a kid growing up. But anyway, so this is great. So it's still growing, actually growing out of the new facility that they just moved in.
Correct.
2 years ago.
2 years.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Yes.
Wow.
That's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to
Yes.
have. And they got a gymnasium. They've got a cafeteria, all of that stuff that we didn't have.
Nope.
Oh, we were trying to sneak up to the snack bar and all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Or they ordered lunch from the snack bar and had somebody bring it all the way, bring it to us.
But wow, this is great to see how God has brought
Yes.
Oakwood Adventist Academy now celebrating 129 years. So you're invited to come and celebrate with us today, all day, tomorrow, all day, and into the night. And then on Sunday morning, there will be meeting to talk about the future of Oakwood Adventist Academy. And again, where can people go to register? Because they can still register to attend the events.
Yes.
Okay.
You could go. We have posted them on our social media sites. You can go to oaaalumni.org and click register. Or you click on one of the buttons that for either one of the events that you want to attend. But we'll be closing down the luncheon site pretty
Today.
soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
probably sometime today.
because
Yeah.
it's been rolling in. I was like, I want to make sure we have enough food to feed everybody.
Exactly. That's a good problem too to have,
yes,
right?
yes.
Because it's great to see more people coming in and being a part of the celebrations. So thank you so much for coming in and talking to us and
Thank you for having
reflecting
me.
on the legacy of Oakwood Adventist Academy and the celebrations that are coming up and have already begun this morning with the chapel at 8 a.m. And they're going to be busy all day today celebrating and tomorrow. So we encourage you to go to their website, oaaalumni.org, to make sure you can register or even be a part of some of the events. You can still participate and attend some of the events that they have, like the sneaker ball and the basketball and the honors luncheon is today, so you got to make sure you take care of that today. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for
glad
having
to
me.
have you. And thank you out there for listening to our breakfast chat about Oakwood Adventist Academy.
In your presence, I shall daily